Salibonani, welcome to your favorite show, Jokes and Jabs. My name is DJ Jabs and I'm your host today. Namhlanje ngilomjida ohlala ehappy. Owenza abantu babe happy, owenza thina ama artists sibe happy. Especially thina zasePhumula. Ezakhona ngale madonkini. I've got you happy. Happy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Jabs.
It's been long in the making. Dala ngithi sizayo sihlangane sixoxe nje. Maybe sengabuye endlini lapha neyami award imvele ngisithathele.
Yeah, tina lawo siseduze lapha and it's been a very long time trying to finally.
Yeah, so kwenzakalana, how have you been?
I've been good, trying to make it work into the industry, you know.
So kulabantu abangakwaziyo, abangathanda ukwazi ukuthi uhappy mbani, uhappy udume ngani, uhappy wenzani. What's your full name? What's your surname? Where were you born? Ukhulele ngaphi? Can you take us through?
Okay. Hello everyone. I go by the name Happy Mpofu. I was born and bred in Pumula, but I was also grew up in Kai, Makuswin Konale, but did my all high school here in Makoka High School. And I'm one of the founding directors of the Pumula Real Arts and Community Awards, as well as the founding director of the Home of Arts Entertainment, one of the organizations that we run in Pumula, as well as an arts and development practitioner doing the advocacy and community work in Pumula, as well as the Bulawayo in our province. Yeah.
But what I like is umsebenzi wakho has a lot of community work.
Yes. Yeah.
Uyilabana abantu aba specialize ekutheni basize umphakathi. So, and I noticed ukuthi ku definition yama Praca ngithi
yeah.
Kulo arts and community impact.
Yes.
Or community work.
Yeah.
Do you mind ukuthi usithi fahla ngakho konke?
Okay, so I will share how the journey connects, my journey connects, and how the arts that I do interlinks with the community development. So I started my journey as a participant under the project called Safe and Inclusive Cities, which was run by Plan International in Pumula, and I was a participant there. They groomed me to understand what is community work, what is participation, and I was inspired there. So I was tasked to do some community development works, doing events with artists. Then that's when more of the young artists came into me and saying, can you help us do this and this and this? So I said, it looks like it's part of my community, something that people believe I can do for them. So that's when I created Home of Arts Entertainment. So Home of Arts Entertainment came in as a bridge to give the young people a platform where they can show and showcase their talents. We have done festivals, Zimbabwe Key to the City Art Festival. We have done expos where we give the young people to exhibit the things that they are doing, also giving them a platform where they can register their companies, organizations, and those other artists, inviting the Zimora, Zimbabwe Council, and other relevant stakeholders that legalize my businesses for the young people. So then also it leads to the Praca, because Pumula Real Arts and Community Awards are also a paper under Home of Arts. Okay. So under Praca, it's there a definition which Pumula Real Arts and Community Awards, arts and community. So which means we're not only focusing on art. Most of people think that we are working with artists, but we're also focusing on the young people that are doing art and community development. So community development, we're looking at young people that are doing interstate participation, young people that are advocating for our policies. There are policies that are our national policy, national development strategy 1, the constitution of Zimbabwe, and also if you look into the art space, there are our policies that are run by National Arts Council of Zimbabwe. So we're looking at those young people that are pushing that work. There are issues to do with mental health, drug and substance abuse, and well as the issues of gender-based violence, which young people are also advocating for, trying to make sure that we are safe into our communities, and also trying to push them to be motivated to call other young people that are sitting there at home doing nothing to be also involved to push development for our communities.
All right. So far, how has that been going? What are the challenges you are facing?
The journey started in 2020. So the first edition of the Praca Awards was done in 2020 December. Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey with a lot of challenges. For example, we are in Bulawayo, we are in Zimbabwe. We have a challenge with when it comes to audience and the corporate world. They are not yet much invested into supporting what we call art. But art is it's an entrepreneurship art. Art is business. There are some young people that are earning much using art. There are some young people that have made it in life using art in other countries and other part of our country. But the challenge is that when it comes to economy, we're not yet supported by, especially the government and the ministries. The government ministries are not yet in full support to put funds that are there for art. For example, the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Arts and Recreation, they're not yet there. They will tell you to have budget, but when you go and request for funds, the festival, put in the money, you won't get anything. So I feel like these are some of the challenges that we have been facing, not getting enough support from the relevant stakeholders. We end up getting the support from our community leaders, the NGOs that are operating in those spaces that we're working in. These are the organizations that have been supporting us, the likes of Plan International, Bulawayo Vendors and Traders Association, Zizo Motion Pictures, Yellow World, our councillors and MPs. They've been putting in much that they can to make sure that whatever that we do, it becomes a success, because all our editions have been successfully and by the support of the stakeholders and our community leaders. But as for our government, it's been a challenge to have them on board in supporting with the resources.
Okay, Amaka, you're doing great work. I should tell you that.
Thank you so
because
much.
it's not an everyday that you find a young person who decides, Mina, I want to do work for the community. One.
Yeah.
Two, I want to appreciate nkhuthaze futhi abantu abakuma arts. Considering the state of the yama arts lapha koBulawayo, ngibathi ma awards. Ngicela ukuthatha from the lokuzeni kancane sikhulume ngama Praca. How do you get to start Praca? What inspired you?
Okay, so for the Pracas, like I said before, I had so many young people coming to me and say, help me, I want to do an event, help me in this and this. And I said, okay, so in Pumula, we have this talent. There are so many young people that are doing much in terms of art. There are so many young people that are doing much in terms of community development. That was one of the things that inspired me, that pushed me much to say, let's do this. Because the first idea was to do the Pumula Arts Award. So then I met up with a lady called Evidence Zana, who had also an idea of doing community awards. Then we combined the idea, it became Pumula Royal Arts and Community Awards. She was also inspired by the community development work that was happening. So I can say the talent that we had in Pumula is that one much that inspired me to be full and say, I'm going to do this initiative each and every year, not stopping until the vision comes clear. Because at the end of the day, that the thing that we're pushing for is we're pushing that the government, they support the initiative, they support the artists, they put in resources. We're pushing for the sustainability with artists should earn a decent income through their craft. They shouldn't take art as a hobby, which but it's business to some of us. It's a calling. It's what we woke up to into every day. Instead of going to an office job, but some woke up and go to studio in the morning and come at home in the evening. And those people should have a decent income through that. So I'm saying the government should change their policies of how they distribute the funds for the artists, because art is a business, art is a job.
Mina first vele uthe ukhuluma indaba yamapolisi ngahla county. Do you know what in other countries it's mandatory uthi ma usesikolo uphume usukwazi ukuplay at least one or two musical instruments. I don't know if it's now happening here. Because mina ngicine esikolo it wasn't happening. Even choir was a choice. Yabo. Sometimes wawuzuforced.
True. I think that ngesikhathi safunda kwakukhona ama-clubs, but it wasn't mandatory ukuthi vele kumele
part of it.
But I think it should, at the moment they put it into their curriculum from the start from the police and say the police that all schools should have a curriculum that teaches art, teaches music, dancing. Because I think the only subject that is much included is theater and art, because the futhi ithola kuma university. But there's more to it. There's poetry, dancing, craft work and all that visual. So I think it should something that started primary. I think if get introduced there,
Yeah.
they'll start like putting it even
And you
more
will value
budgets.
it,
Yeah,
yes.
they will start valuing it and
Yes.
say, there's
Yes.
abagula abantu abayenza art, and they should remove art from sport because more of their funds that should be going to art, it goes to the sports. And
But it's not everybody who's a sportsman.
yeah, true that.
Ama-talents abantu are different.
And on the sports side, they already have the support. There's the councillor supporting premiership. But as go art now, we're not getting any that is much from the government that we are relying on.
So yeah, speaking of which, that goes back into the issue of sustainability. Ukuthi. So when I then in the meantime, because you're on the edition Praca,
This is the fifth edition.
fifth.
Yes.
How have you been managing it financially to keep this thing running?
Yeah.
And how are you still having it running, considering ukuthi the corporate world siyawazi lapha ko Bulawayo ayikasithatha serious?
Yeah.
La bakithi abantu abanye abakasithatha serious. Abanye they are waking up to it ukuthi hey, we've got our own, we should support our own.
Yeah.
So how are you managing financially? How are you navigating? How are you able to say okay, this year ngiyahosta and ngifuna ukuthi abantu bawine izinto ezikanje?
Yeah, it's been a journey. This one, the Pracas are one of the stressful things in my life. Okay, especially when it comes to resource mobilization, it's been a challenge. But I think we grow by edition because each and every edition we have managed to reach to certain audiences, to certain people. With the likes of the community organizations that are working in our community, we've managed to convince them to believe into the idea, and they are now much interested. For example, Plan International, they are now much interested in supporting the whole idea. They're now able to give us some funds and also engaging and then trying to link us with other partners so that they can also support with some funds. Because we also have been relying on our self pockets, trying to come up with, because I work with a team of about 13 young people that also contribute and say, let's say this month $10 that will cover a certain thing, 10 months to keep a futamaya 10 that will print a banner, certificates, transport, things like that. But we're also trying to dig into the corporate world to come in and sponsor those categories, because at the end of the day we don't want to go to see the nigga people the trophies and certificates on, but it's our wish we get that sponsorship that would there is a certain value for that award. And so far we have been getting also different NGOs coming in and say I want to sponsor one category. So I think in this edition we have some that will be sponsored by different organizations that are also supporting, because there are categories that are coming in, like climate change categories. We all know with the climate change is a topic every corner out there, and we have artists that are creating content in relation with the climate change. And if you engage an NGO and say, we're artists, so we're doing this and this and this. So basically sponsor this category. The climate change, they are in full support. So we have some of those, and also relying on from our community leaders and our service providers from the community, partnering with the likes of Abu Mac 9. They say, you are in support of the initiative, we support with PA system. We all know it from there. I don't have to worry about PA system. And the councillor will go to councillor, for example, we've done 4 editions. This is the 5th edition, but we have never paid for a venue. We get the venue from our councillor, from Ward 17 councillor, Ward 27 councillor, also giving us a venue for free. They pay for it, they offer us a venue for free. So we partner up with different service providers to offer their services, because at the end of the day, it's a community thing. They are also seeing the bigger picture of where we're coming from, where we are going.
As you say, it's something that touched me. You guys at some point are taking money from your pockets, and these are youngsters. That shows you the unity amongst you, and how much you guys want to achieve into le eliyenzayo. And then as well as ukhulumeka kakhulu konke ukhuluma, I noticed ukuthi there are a lot of people in your community who are partaking. in this.
Yes.
Meaning what already the community is embracing.
Yeah, they've embraced them.
Ngize ngafisa ukuthi ngabe into enjalo uthiwa i-unity iyathelelwana. Siyithelele ibulawayo yonke i-unity naleyo. Bra, do you know what we can achieve?
We'll achieve a lot.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
think this should serve as inspiration to a lot of people. If one community can unite like this, imagine what we can do if we can unite as a city, as a province, as a country. We can unite and achieve a lot. A lot. So, wena ngubona kwakho i-impact yento eliyenzayo in the community, ama-results eliwabonayo nganjani?
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of positive results. Positive. For example, our goal is to make sure each and every edition we bring someone new into the spotlight.
Yes.
Trust me, this has been one of the first impact that I've been saying. But you each and every edition you get probably 50 to 60% last year. Coming in to submit for nominations. You will see we have a lot of young artists that are coming in. There are so many. And also trying to link those youngsters with other people that have made it into the industry, trying to create more collaborations for them. We've seen the likes of Abo Poetly to also being nominated on the PAS after winning the Pracas.
Wow.
Uncle Zex Mtawen, the comedian, won the Praca. Next thing, she went to win a NAMA. We also have the likes of Abo Mendime, Aquila K, that have also made it into the PAS after winning the Pracas. And also seeing some artists making it into the big stages, or like Poet Letu recently came from Shoko Festival in Harare, also submitting using the recommendations from us. We're also getting also calls from promoters, different people saying, we have an artist, yes, applied for this. They said they're putting as a recommendation that they've performed into your event, Pracas, and we confirm it's true, and they get those opportunities. And also trying to bridge that gap between our stakeholders, or create those networking collaborations on the NGO spaces. The NGOs trying to collaborate with other youth-led organizations that are running there in Pumula to create different projects in the communities.
Okay. And as Mao mentioned, the names you are mentioning, I'm very familiar with, but I didn't know Uti Labo Ngabe Pumula, and it just made me like ngaba proud of being from Pumula, bra. Saying proud from you, but yeah. So do you ever plan little no? Okay, Tina, yes, we save the Pumula community, but have you ever thought of expanding beyond Pumula?
Yes. If you check on our last edition, the fourth edition, and this year's edition, on the last year we created the new 5 categories that covered outside Pumula.
Okay.
And this year we also did the same. And there was also something that we're trying to introduce to mix them into Pumula categories, to add the few Wutila will be part of, because we have been seeing a lot of collaborations between the artists that are outside Pumula and Pumula. So I thought this thing is also is reaching out, and we've been seeing them in as much as they are outside Pumula. We saw them submitting for those arts. So we should also give them that platform to be part of. So we have 5 categories for outside Pumula also in this year's edition.
Nice. Yeah, because I noticed that this year selivulile for Amalokuzen.
The nomination.
Yes, how is that going? Babuya inabantu kumbe bayisaba.
It has been open for, I think, for the past 3 weeks, closing next week on the 22nd of October. So in terms of
just olusitshele this year, Praca this year.
So on this year's edition, the nomination process is currently ongoing, closing on the 22nd of October. With then added additions for those 5 categories that are outside Pumula. It's the outstanding musician, outstanding youth in community engagement, outstanding poet, outstanding model, and outstanding actor or actress. So these are the categories that will be submitted by those that are outside Pumula. And who also playing around with those that are in Pumula, trying to mix and mingle, which is our baby part of. This year's edition will be done on the 21st of December. Our venue is yet to be announced, and yes, our theme for this year is saying celebrating celebrating inclusivity and diversity through community excellence, whereby we're saying we're diversifying, we're inclusive and trying to include in as much as young people to be part of. We're not saying if from a certain thing which I'll included, we're trying to be inclusive enough. Everyone understand the word inclusive when it comes to this sector, which is Kulumangan, and also trying to include other communities. We've added also a few categories from Pumula in the community parts. We have a category that will be focusing on the outstanding youth in climate advocacy. These are the young people that are advocating for climate change and climate resilience. Outstanding youth-led in community engagement when it comes to also community development work. Yes, we have also outstanding youth, it's outstanding project or job, a green job, like that. Those ideas that are there to capture into the climate change. Also, it comes under, it can be submitted by an individual or a group or an organization. So we're still trying to do our resources, calling out for those that would like to partner. We have a 2-day event. Our day one, it will be a festival whereby we'll have a roadshow. A roadshow that will be going with all the nominated artists performing in their respective areas, communities, Pumula Old, Pumula South, Pumula North, and Pumula East, and also having a final stop in a venue, in a central venue where we have exhibitions. So rather, those that are into business will be exhibiting. Calling also those that are into drug and rehabilitation, youth economic, and also government stakeholders to be part of, to exhibit, so that the young people, the community, will have to access their services for free.
Nice. Umsebenzi wakho omuhle, my bro. I'm not gonna lie. Okuhle kuyabukwa.
Thank you.
You said a lot of things that opened my mind today, and I'm so glad ukuthi I had the opportunity to be with you, Lapa. But just to wrap up, Bulawayo industry.
Yes.
Uyibona kanjani ngombono wakho, because you are one of the major players already.
Yes.
What you are doing is impacting on the Bulawayo industry. Like now, we have people who have come from Pumula through you guys, who are representing Bulawayo out there.
Yes.
The industry le uyibona njani? What can be done to improve it? What can be done to uplift our artists? Just in short.
I think when we started, we talked about unity. I will talk using my experience for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing it, how it worked, how it works for us, Praca, how we managed to achieve the event.
Yeah.
It starts from the collaboration and partnerships, because when I have a studio, I can have a studio but not be good at production.
Yes.
Then I'll partner up with you as a producer. Then we'll sign an artist. Then we'll expose that artist to the community. I believe I've been saying this to the men, which let's not rush into doing events in the CPT.
Yes.
where we don't have the right audience. People just people are partner who. I once hosted an event at Kalari and I saw it. People were just passing in the lungs or so, because it's not something that it was part of their plans. I don't blame them. But in a community space, that's where our audience is. Because the current problem in Bulawayo is not the artist, but it's the audience. We don't have an audience. The audience that we have, it doesn't believe in art yet. They are not yet in believing in art. Art can get paid through art. So we need to change that narrative. If they see it happening in Emakas, it will bring them closer to say, if poster that will be saying I'm performing as a TTF, they saw my deliverance and they will come.
They will come there. Yes, definitely.
Yes. So we need to change that narrative of a town. Sense I'm a community events.
Sbalande cars.
Yes. I'm a cross. I want to let's go there. Thing is something to we all know what ama late hours lawane awantambama lapha everyone is going to uyadinga isichebo uyayenza bembona waphana perform, they want to know who is this.
True.
Who DJ Jabs, they will go and search who's DJ Jabs.
Yes, definitely.
Yabo.
So masuka lapha nezwila kuzwile abanye bahle bashaza maybe mekhomba.
Exactly. And that's what I'm telling ngoma yakho kayithola. So let's try to partner up and do more of our things. Ekasi, we have seen it happen. And if you come into our events in Praca, you will see we have tried to get into ingqondo zabadala bephumula. They now come in numbers, even in our community groups. They come, they inbox us. How much can I contribute to the event? Because they have seen with a Pumula we have Italian, and our young, they are more involved into art, because art also is taking the young people from each track. It's giving them, keeping them occupied. The situation is bad. So singatshintsha abadala that narration ukuthi bekumele besupport the art community, kumele support ibekwazi ukuthi mamphuma lapha ngingwephi, I do this and this and this. Akhonto ngiphume kasi abakwazi ukuthi ngiyahlabela bakazi bengenzeni, because thina sazana sisodwa singama artist ema studio yethu edlase town, but ekasi lapha nama line iblock yami le block yangale ayakwazi ukuthi kulo yepho yenza so and so and so. So if we try to change that narrative, let's found be the cast, let's start at home. Yes, charity begins at home. Yinto abekhuluma ngayo nalana ukuthi from khona phana emakhosa lapha wacha khona watch piece lapha thina we have done it hamaro show it siyafika sime each and every stop emakhosa lapha artist la khona lapha eKathleen la yileli za perform.
Nice.
Bayathephuma lapha babe mazi la emabe hamba lapha babe mkhombela umfana lana ngambona performance tracking it umfana lana ngambona. That's how we start. So if we try to change that narrative before sikhaling ukuthi government I support, but singakutshintsha laphana ngizenzela ukuyishow kwame hall dolo kungena akuyabuya abantu abayi 200 babuya begcwala is cheap, and there were 200 kwami enguthole ngeday not in a month. So let's change that narrative.
True. Thanks my guy. I wish we could have more time sihlale ngulalele nje ukhulume, because there's a lot you're saying that is like priceless. Priceless. So abantu mabekudinga, where can they find you, or mabefuna bakwazi ngama awards?
Okay, for personal, I'm all in all social medias as Happy Mpofu, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, I'm Happy Mpofu. Then for our business, it's Home of Arts Entertainment on all socials, Pumula Real Arts and Community Awards on all socials. Our emails, you can always email us for partnerships, collaborations, pracaawards@gmail.com, Home of Arts Entertainment at gmail.com. We're always open to work. You want to push art, that's the love. That's how we exist. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Happy. Jobali muzu mchita, they are open for business. Lati lapha sithi thina mali funa ukusidinga lesithole. We are there ku-site.zw. My name is DJ Jabs. Ngiyabonga for namhlanje. Ngiyabonga isikhathi senu lothando lwenu. So bonana soon.